trying to predict something that moves as fast as AI. Well, it feels a bit like trying to track a hummingbird with a telescope, doesn't it?
It really does. But just a couple of years ago, someone actually, took a swing at it.
Right, trying to map out where AI would be right now, basically, mid-2025.
Exactly. And that's what we're diving into today. We've got this AI 2027 document, a forecast written back in 2023.
And we're comparing its timeline to a recent review looking at where AI actually stands as of, well, right now, June 2025.
Yep. So our mission here is to see which predictions were, spot on and which were surprisingly wide of the mark.
And crucially, what this means for you. How AI is weaving itself into the world, maybe faster or just differently than we thought. Let's unpack it.
Okay, let's kick off with AI agents. So the AI 2027 prediction for now, mid-2025, they thought these digital assistants would still be pretty clumsy.
Clumsy how? Like needing a lot of help.
Yeah, exactly. Like enthusiastic but maybe error-prone interns. Needing lots of hand-holding, only getting basic computer tasks right, maybe 65% of the time.
Huh. And lots of funny mistakes on social media, that kind of thing.
That was the idea.
Yeah.
But the reality we're seeing now is, well, it's quite different.
Okay, how so?
This June 2025 review points to systems like Claude 4, GPT 4.1. They're acting more like competent junior employees.
Really? Doing what?
Handling complex tasks, analyzing data, even planning out multi-step projects. Businesses are already using them.
How much?
In some cases, AI agents are handling up to 60% of customer service conversations.
60%? Wow. Already. That's pretty incredible.
It is.
So what this could mean for you is, well, AI is showing up in business and customer interactions much faster than expected.
Right. The world isn't waiting for perfect AI.
No, it's adapting now to systems that are, imperfect but genuinely useful. Think about your last chatbot interaction. It's probably getting better faster than predicted.
Okay, next up, coding automation. The AI 2027 forecast was pretty bold here.
What did it predict?
Superhuman coding capabilities by March 2027. Essentially, AI functioning as autonomous software engineers.
Autonomous engineers. And how's that prediction looking?
This one is remarkably accurate, maybe even a little ahead of schedule.
Seriously?
The latest systems, Claude 3.7 Sonnet, GPT 4.1, they're scoring near human levels, around 70%, on real coding problems. Things like the SW benchmark.
And they're actually being used.
They're integrating right into developer tools now.
Okay, so if you work in tech or you're just watching the space, this gets really interesting.
Definitely.
This move towards autonomous coding is happening now. It means software development itself is changing fast. Big questions about the future role of human programmers,
Absolutely. Now let's talk AI reasoning. The document predicted a sort of gradual development here. Sophistication building over 2025, 2027.
A steady climb. Are we seeing that?
Well, breakthroughs are happening kind of on schedule. Like OpenAI's O3 system hit 87.5% on the ARC-AGI benchmark. That's past a common human threshold.
Okay, impressive, but I sense a but.
There's a big but. That same model just craters on a slightly different benchmark. ARC-AGI 2. Scores only 3%. Human average 60% on that one.
Wow, 3% versus 60%. That's a huge gap.
Massive.
So this raises a question for you, doesn't it? AI can ace specific reasoning tests, beat humans even, but fail dramatically on a slight variation. It shows it doesn't have that general flexible human reasoning yet. What does that benchmark gap really tell us about trusting these systems with complex, real-world stuff?
That's the million-dollar question. Now, let's switch gears to where the forecast really missed the mark. Open source.
Ah, okay. What was the assumption there?
The AI 2027 thinking was that cutting-edge AI needed so much compute power, such massive data centers.
That only the big, well-funded companies could play.
Pretty much. That the best stuff would stay locked away.
But open source kind of blew that up.
Completely. It's moving much faster than expected. Look at DeepSeek V3. It matched models like ChatGPT-o1 using way fewer GPUs for training. It seems constraints like, say, GPU export controls actually forced innovation in efficiency, not just brute force scale.
Interesting. So the takeaway for you, AI power is spreading out faster than predicted.
Right. It's becoming more accessible globally, not just stuck with a few giants. It changes who gets to build and use these tools.
And that ties into efficiency itself, right? The forecast assumed bigger is always better.
Yeah. More power, bigger data centers, that was the assumed path.
But reality.
Reality showing that smart innovations, things like mixed precision training, different architectures, are getting comparable results with way fewer resources, lower costs too.
Constraints driving smarter tech.
Exactly. Technical advantages are emerging that reduce the need for just raw scale.
Why does this matter to you? Well, the path to advanced AI isn't just about who has the deepest pockets for hardware anymore.
Right. Smarter algorithms are changing the economics. Powerful AI could become cheaper to develop and run for more people.
Okay, finally, deployment speed. AI 2027 thought businesses would be cautious, slow rollouts due to reliability worries.
That was the expectation. Gradual adoption.
Were they cautious?
Not quite as much. It seems companies are in a kind of rush to deploy.
Like the customer service example.
Exactly. Agents handling big loads today. This shift to agentic systems is speeding up now.
Why the rush?
Immediate value, competitive pressure, plus the tools to build these agents are just available now.
So the implication for you, AI is weaving into daily business much faster than forecast.
Yes, impacting workflows, maybe your job, how you interact with companies, sooner than expected, even with imperfect systems.
Okay, so let's wrap this deep dive up. What's the bottom line?
The June 2025 review shows AI is moving incredibly fast, sometimes ahead of schedule, especially in real-world use and efficiency gains, partly thanks to open source and, well, constraints.
But big challenges remain. True general reasoning, reliability, those gaps are still very real.
Definitely.
So what this adds up to for you is that your interaction with AI, whether you notice it or not, customer service, tools you use, it's increasing rapidly right now. Mm-hmm. And who develops and gets access to this powerful AI, that landscape might be shifting faster and wider than we thought just a couple years back.
Right. Here's a final thought to leave you with. If these AI systems can beat humans on some really complex reasoning tests, but then completely bomb on slightly different problems that seem simple to us, what does intelligence or capability even mean in the messy real world?
It's a fundamental question.
And given that gap, how much should we really trust them with critical, complex tasks right now? Something to think about.